That'd have been a great love, John.
Everything is lessons. This is positives. I'm not worried about. There's gonna come a time where I'm gonna be so big that people are gonna buy everything I have. There's gonna come a time in my life, and then I'm building a library. And then when I'm gone, maybe, and my kids have this thing that dad did that you go, wow, all these things my dad did that they never saw. Now the legend of me, my kids will be able to eat off the thing. So there's no failure. Everything is supposed to happen exactly the way it is. When I was 19, I got Batman. I was going to be the first black person besides Billy D to be in one of these big movies. It was with Tim Burton, and I was going to be Robin. Then I got a phone call from Tim Burton and Denise Denovi in a letter saying that I wasn't.
Really?
And see, I was going to be off to the races. Batman, Robin,
and then
you know what my career would have been? But it didn't happen. And immediately I was like, I was hurt. But I said, I'm going to start writing these movies. I'm going to start creating my own show. I'm going to start doing things that I know put the ball in my own hand. Had that Robin happened, I would have had a different career.
Where would you be right now had that happened?
I don't know, probably cracked out somewhere because I wouldn't know what to do with that kind of success and money. But God put me on this journey to create. Look at what I've done. Look at because I took the long route. He didn't want me taking the shortcut. I had to take the long route because there was a lot I needed to learn. There was jewels for me to gather all along the way. No, I didn't go straight to it. I went the long way, but look at all that I know now. Look at all this that I know. And I'm going to make my way here. It's taking the long route, the scenic route.
I mean, it's been a beautiful scene. I mean,
wonderful. But I'm not sitting there depressed that I didn't get that part. When I say everything is God, I'm saying everything is not all bad.
I don't even know how you gonna feel this vibe. Like, shit was it. If this don't make you want to watch you got served, you're too young. You're too young. Right?
Not the routine. Timberland. Not the routine. Who gon' get it crunk like me, Timberland?
Yeah.
AKA Batman. We guaranteed to make the party people bounce.
Man.
Yo, me and Kid had a jam. We went up and danced.
Good morning. R.I.P. Facts. R.I.P. Facts.
Like it's smoking, man. Shake that ass as fast as you can. White girl shake it like you burning from a suntan. My dog grip it, grab it like it
that was a crazy word.
What you talking about holding back? Better get on the dance floor, drop it like it was a Cadillac. What you talking about cutting the slack? Girl, you better bend that back. Where my girls roll deep in the club. Can't wait to hit the bar and get effed up.
This was back when you would go to the club and actually
we start to turn it out. You must learn
y'all know
to
about footwork.
footwork is turn it out. You must first begin to
What a time.
If you got the fattest ass on the block, now drop. Let a nigga see the cookie pop now.
This the shit that used to get you to twerk before twerking was twerking. Like,
Back when this was a Wally.
house parties, dollar parties.
Get your freak on the club, we gon' we put the album out, niggas got their leak on.
Where it wasn't no furniture, you move everything out the way. The only goal here was business.
Oh, you got the wall.
Yes.
You had the hot, nice shit. Yo, you got blue jeans. Get off my wall, yo.
I was about to say, if you had a white wall and you had them blue stains on there, you already knew what was going to do.
Man, it was over there. Hold me up.
Right. What a time in life, man. What a time.
Oh, man. Welcome to your Friendly Neighborhood Podcast. I'm your host, Jay, a.k.a. Jay Duce, a.k.a. Mr. Prolific, a.k.a. Pharaoh J, a.k.a. What a fucking... What a fucking time, man. It's been grind season. Hey, we miss y'all back on the pod. I ain't gonna let y'all know how long it's been, but you might not even see a gap. Who knows? But I'm here with the beautiful, illustrious goddess herself,
Hi. How are you? It is me, she, we in the flesh today. And you already know what it always is, mgottibeauty.com for everything that you need. It is that time of the year where these viruses are flowing around. If you need that holistic health and wellness, you already know where to go because why you don't got no herbs in your house? When I say medicine, I don't mean Tylenol. I don't mean Motrin. I don't mean Pepto-Bismol. None of that shit y'all got going on. Like, yeah, get them herbs up. And that's what I got for you, baby. Next to me, we have,
Okay, get them herbs up.
yeah.
But hey, y'all, it's Magic. You already know who the girl is. MAGIKOK. Okay. But go follow the Instagram, voila.magic. You already know who it is. And yeah, next to me.
What's going on, man? It's Peyton Nate. Hope y'all had a peaceful, productive week, month,
Year.
whatever amount of time it's
Decade.
been since we, got to assemble in this mug. So,
The symbol is hilarious.
yeah, right.
Hey, yo, Avengers Assemble in this
Assemble.
motherfucker. Hey, what's going on, y'all? How everybody feeling? What it's been? Hey, I got here from the Leo twins and how their birthday went. You know what I'm saying? We need a recap of it all because we weren't here since
didn't
then.
do that?
No, I don't think so.
No,
I feel like we did that. We didn't do that.
he said no.
No,
I
do it
mean,
again.
Did we?
I feel like we definitely came back and talked about Vegas.
We'll give a short brief, okay? Because just
Well,
Thank you.
Vegas was fun as per usual. I mean, I love it. It's my favorite place to go. I feel like we definitely did this. It's my favorite place to go. And it's always 100 plus degrees when it's
definitely did.
August. But, who's complaining? Not me, because, yeah, it was a great time. Water activities, food. I mean, there's no better, in the summertime, there's nothing better than water activities and good food.
And drinks.
I mean, yeah, okay, that too. But yeah, had an amazing time. Shout out to my man. Yeah. But yeah, it was awesome. And I would absolutely do it again.
Yeah. I loved it. It was lit. First time going to Vegas like that. It's not my first time going down there. I've been there. But it was fun. What? As a group.
I was laughing at the kid.
Oh. My twin. But
Oh, yeah.
but insider. But yeah, it was fun. It was lit. Food was chef's kiss. You know, everything was popping. Definitely will go back to that restaurant because Vegas will always have me.
Big purr.
Vegas. You're gonna see me every year. Hopefully, if not every other year, you're gonna see me regardless. I love Vegas. But yeah, for sure, I had a time. It was fun. We'll do it again. Want to go back? Take me back on vacation.
I'm like, yo, you know how people be posting like those take me backs? And it's like, girl, you literally just landed back home. You can't say take me back yet. Like, your suitcase still smell like wherever you just came from. Like, calm down. Give it a week or two.
No, because that them couple of days you come back to some bullshit. You already like, I want to go.
Yeah. It's definitely a vacation away from life.
Oh
For
yeah, it was definitely needed.
no, it was a great time. Besides the little stretches that ensued doing it, not with anybody, just life be life. But I had a great time. We were there. The pool parties was lit. That's why I feel like we did that. But I feel like we didn't. I wanted to just give a short one because I don't normally use all that. But in a sense, I wanted to get right into how going somewhere with somebody can, before we get in the word of the street, because I want to get this quick.
Okay.
Before going somewhere with somebody can, you might result in that might not be cool.
Yeah.
Like right now, Ice Spice and
Cleo.
Oh, Cleo.
have been going through it based on going on tour together, and it's a lot of opinions
No, they're
about
going
there
through it
who's
because
right,
Ice Spice
who's
is a
wrong.
horrible friend. So,
Okay, elaborate.
I mean, this isn't the first instance that we've kind of seen somebody's mentioned Ice Spice talking about their friends or doing some grimy shit to their friend.
Yeah.
But also, I want to use the word friend loosely because I can't even really say that they're like friends either. Like, they might be industry friends. I don't know the ins and out of it, but I know that she popping, they met from popping shit, and now they have a connection that doesn't necessarily make them friends. I don't know if that really makes the situation better either, but it's just like, I don't know, as two women who are at a certain stature and degree in life, you can't do certain shit and not think it's going to be escalated. Like, that's just, Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, a lot of industry people were saying the fact that Cleo was brung on tour as a standard opening act. Ice Spice does not run Ice Spice's store. Ice Spice's team and management and label run Ice Spice's tour. She may have had an option where they had somebody who they wanted to come be the opener and they canceled or whoever couldn't make it, and she was able to bring her friend on. And in that, I don't know the lengths of what you can get out of this. Maybe we should have had that convo before you came. But
Maybe, absolutely.
but I don't think it's on me as the friend offering the independent act with no backing, no label, no nothing to come on and open for worldwide. Damn, ain't Ice Spice doing arenas?
Well, I mean, I feel like probably
in certain cities.
Yeah, but I feel like as a friend, like if I know something, I'm going to let you know, like, hey, I'm offering you this opportunity. You might be able to get X, Y, and Z. Like, no, maybe it's not necessarily her job, but if that's your friend, like you as a person, you're always going to see an opportunity somewhere and put somebody on an opportunity and tell them how they can get to that opportunity, even at like this stage now. So I can only imagine that blowing up, you would be that magnified times 10 because you have certain resources in whatever it is around you. So like, no, it wasn't necessarily her responsibility, but I do think it speaks to your character.
But again, in this, I am just the little cog in this. Like again, I may have got asked a question and I said my girl. And that's all this was. And then I made the call like, yo, I can get you on this, John. And then from there, I am the headlining act of my first world tour. I don't get to talk. Like, I don't have the time to relay everything to you. In certain instances, I would hope
but I feel
that
like
you
could all
would,
been one
on
message.
your own accord, try and clarify, like, yo, we are grown. These ain't like, if this was B2K, no, I understand. Like, yeah, nigga, you bring your young boy, y'all, you gotta stay in the room with each other. You gotta order that. No, we grown adults. I'm fucking on this tour. I again, you can stay in my room, but sometimes you gotta get out. Hey, you might have to stay with a makeup artist. Hey, yo, you gotta cover your own food because of the thing. And hey, that's not, you never probably in it. It doesn't sound like Cleo came up to Ice Spice like, yo, I'm hungry. Can you give me something? It sounded like somebody in the team was like, yo, you gotta pay for your own food and blah blah. And you kept that. You was like, okay, I'm not gonna eat.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't got the bread. I had to spend $700 out of my own pocket. That sounds like somebody who in that was just trying to, I guess, maintain a level of we are similar when this is something that we are clearly not and cannot be at all.
Yeah.
I have a responsibility. I have cues to hit. I gotta do everything for the first time on my own. Like I've been on stage with Taylor Swift. I've been on stage with Nicki. I ain't never been on my own tour. So I'm learning a lot in this process. So my only thing is, why is any of this our business? Why are you coming to the internet to tell this? Yo, get it right. But it's still the opportunity. Like I'm somebody that, yo, give me opportunity. I can't be like, yo,
Yeah.
I took it.
Yeah.
Whatever happened, happened. I gotta make whatever for me out the best of it. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Peyton,
I don't disagree.
I agree.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Nothing to chime on that one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't necessarily disagree with that. I just feel like even
Let me
even
find
in
out
sense
Peyton
of-
got Ice Spice's industry friend. I can't talk to y'all. I'm about to be in a ducking commercial tomorrow.
Hey yo.
Hey, yo.
But yeah, you know,
I love
people have
ducking.
done stranger things. Actually, I think that goes perfectly into the word on the street or question on the street. As two men in the room who might have opposite opinions of us, I would like to hear from y'all first. Do y'all think that women dismantle friendships a little too fast?
Yeah. Depends on the situation though, but yeah, especially when y'all get in relationships.
Without a doubt.
I think that's
And
one of the.
not-
I think
not
that's
even-
one of the. I think that's one of the weirdest things ever. I can't stand it. Like honestly, that's almost like a mandatory thing. And I don't. Hopefully, you ain't got toxic friends, but don't be cutting your friends off. What like?
All right,
get-
let
getting with
me ask you
Like-
specific on that one because you mentioned relationships with opposite sex or same sex.
I don't even fucking matter because
Okay.
I don't know what it's like as far as like when girls
I don't
get
see
with
gender
girls.
relationships.
I don't mean the relationship. I mean the friend. Like as a woman, if you have male friends and female friends, are you speaking like women cut off other women or are
Friends in
Your
general.
genuine, like your
or,
genuine friends. I'm really talking about the women though. It's
Yeah.
just, when girls be
'Cause,
cutting
I mean,
their own
girls have
homegirls
genuine
off.
male friends,
Yeah,
too,
for sure.
so
Yeah, so that's
so
it. So
you're
that's
saying
why
friends
once
in
yeah,
general.
so that's why I
Okay.
said once we talking gender, I feel like they more likely to cut off their female friends. The male friends typically
Yeah.
don't really go nowhere. Like they might
waiting
get
to go. I got
might
it.
get pushed to a distance, or like depending on how the man carry it as well. Cause some niggas just put themselves in late dates. Some niggas just keep overstepping to where the girl gotta push him away. Like
You do it too much.
yeah, like next thing you know, your best friend and telling you he was in love with you this
The
whole
whole
time.
time.
It's
Yeah.
like they start going
And it's always
are doing the
somehow
most.
like somebody always picks that up, and the person in the middle be oblivious, like, what? No way. Like,
Yeah,
we're
right.
really homies. Like, yeah, that's because that's all you would let it be.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but as
it's
soon as
like
you not, y'all niggas married with
Right.
2 kids, and yeah,
Right, but I
know
feel
a
like-
lot of those.
Or it's the one where they both understand, but your guy or your girl at the time doesn't like
Yeah,
that.
just don't
and
like
so
it.
you just like, bro, I respect this.
Yeah,
You
but-
gotta go.
yeah.
How you
but
feel about it?
Basically,
No,
hold
I'm
on.
letting Peyton go.
Yeah,
I'm
go
letting
ahead.
Payne go
Yeah,
because
we
when
were
I go, it's a
just-
clear out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it a bean. This
Yeah.
is a J
I just
centric
feel
topic.
like it's a thing that I see very, very often where women tend to cut off their friend group, or at least like really, really distance themselves. And sometimes it can be, I guess, reasonable. It's like, yo, my friends on 2 different type times. I'm trying to like build a home. My friends are still partying. This and
Yeah,
that. That
definitely
still don't
good.
mean you gotta cut them off though. Like even if you gotta like you see this like we I feel like guys carry it a lot different. It's guys, it's friends of mine I haven't seen in years, but if I see them today, it's like it's not like like because we were on 2 different wavelengths, like we had to necessarily outgrow each other. And some people
But
you
that
do.
is kind of what happened
Some-
if you ain't see them in
Not
years and y'all
necessarily.
not doing the same shit. Like,
I mean-
when would y'all be hanging out?
Not necessarily. Like if I feel like sometimes it get taken to an extent with women, especially in a relationship where there's literally a flat out cutoff. Where with us, it's more so like a I see you and I see you type of thing. It's not. And we'll still check on each other, birthdays, this and that. You know what I mean? It's like it's not like oh
Yeah.
because you went this way, got married and had kids, and I went this way. I'm more like a Rolling Stone, and I'm like hopping from city to
because
city,
women
and
are
like
really more sadistical than men. Y'all be like, all right, well, let bygones be bygones. We be like, man, fuck you. And
No.
the only reason why that should be asked
and
sometimes
that.
though is because sometimes now the man is like it's like you don't got nobody to fucking talk to now, damn near to a degree. So now your man is like that is your only fucking safe haven, and that's cool. But we still got our bros. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like as much as you are our safe haven as well, we'll talk to you about things that we won't talk to our bros
let's say
about.
it's a completely
Yeah.
separate
Yeah,
relationship.
like yeah,
That's
but we
whole-
still
yeah.
got our
It's completely
bros
separate
where it's
conversations.
like I see it way more often, almost all the time with women versus men, where y'all cut that group of people out. Like so for some reason, it tends to be these fallouts. And a lot of times it be fallouts with girls that y'all will re-click up once that relationship crumbles. Some of them girls, y'all reunite like the motherfucking event. Y'all assemble, like I said earlier. Like it's like
Peyton is lobbying for episode title right now.
like so it's like I'm just saying like that's almost a pet peeve for me, man. It's like, man, like stick with your fucking. That's almost a red flag for me now. Like if you start getting around me a lot more, and then all of a sudden your friends that you was just with nonstop, you got all this bad shit to say about them now. Now all of a sudden it's these reasons why you think you need to fall back when y'all was just fucking tag team champions
Yes,
of the
but
fucking world all year. It's
I
like
just want you to know some girls show their true colors once they feel like they're jealous enough, because a lot
it's
of girls
still a
get
woman
jealous.
problem.
It is, but a lot of girls get jealous when they friend get in something and they not. And
Yeah,
they
and
sitting
that
there
is
like
true.
a third
Yeah,
wheel.
that's
and now
which
they
is
making
also
shit
weird.
harder for you to be in a relationship. Now you have to pick and
Not
choose
with us, right, baby? They
between
be trying...
your friend and your nigga. And as a female, I'm gonna pick my nigga. You not fucking me and sucking me and bringing me flowers every night and doing all that. No, you gonna get annoyed.
I mean, she might.
No, she's gonna
Yeah.
get annoyed. Cause I ain't gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that
I wanted
was
to, I
great,
would've did it.
guys. For me on this topic, I think it's a plethora of reasons. Like outside of relationships, outside of anybody besides their own friendship, women require so much more from their female friends than their
Yes.
males. They require 10 times more.
I
And I
don't
can't
know
tell you if
that.
that's right or wrong because I'm not a female.
I
But
wouldn't
in
say
those
10 times, but we
requirements, the reasons you can get cut off can be minute and small and very poignant. Hey, I may not care about whatever's going on in your life. This is my time. When it's for you, I make sure it's your time. So if you miss that, it's a wrap for guys. And I think it's a little bit how we raise in, especially, and I only speak from like I got friends who didn't struggle and did struggle, but in a similar thing, I feel like every guy has a thing where we have to achieve whatever it is that our life is set for. So in whatever it is, if you play sports, it's getting to that level. If you was academic, it's getting to that level. You was here, it's getting to that level. So in those chasings, we kind of don't value the short missed moment. Like, hey, all right, yo, you missed my birthday, it's cool, bro. Hey, we gonna catch up later. Hey, yo, you ain't been able to hoop in 6 months. It's cool, bro. Once you do, we back like it's normal. With girls, it's like, damn, it's been that time. I've had a lot of life developments. Things could be going on with me that you have no clue now because whatever was going on with you, you didn't feel the chair. Like, it's a lot of closeness. And then when you do pair it up with a relationship, it becomes more of you have to now fight for your time with me. Like if you want to be around me, you gotta kind of pick and choose your moments. Very point to where before we might have just had a thing that we had established. Every Thursday we did this. Every Thursday. Now you with your nigga. That Thursday, every other Thursday, we switch it to Tuesday. Hey, my man actually got a ball game. I don't know if I'm gonna make it anymore, girl. Hey, can we? Hey, once a month. And then the other person could be like, well, damn, fuck, well, what happened? And it could be just simple as you're young and you're in love. But whatever it might be, that y'all go immediately for the scissors. Like the scissors are always close by. It's very easy. And then now in today's social media world, it gets a little messy. It can be because somebody might start attacking and somebody has no clue. You might be harboring these feelings, but then in y'all relationship, y'all so used to just the one person expressing them and you getting it off the chest, but a lot of the time it don't really happen with each other. Like y'all talk about everything around each other, but when it comes to our friendship, it just established we was best friends. Whenever y'all make y'all friendships, that's the point. As soon as that happen, we friends here. This is how we carry it. And if you mess up at any point of these lines, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I can't fuck with you no more. But for their male friends, oh, nigga, we can talk every 2 weeks, every 3 years. But as long as I give you what you need from me as a male friend, whether that be ear to listen to, safety, support, a couch, whatever it may be.
Yeah, like I feel like ours is more like just don't cross me. As long as you don't do certain things, it ain't about how often we can hang out or like when you on my timing or not. It's like,
And that's with females and males.
Yeah,
But with women, it
Our
only
line
extends
is
to
just
the
real
male.
thin.
Yeah, I think it's very much don't
It's-
cross
it's
me
a-
too.
it's
We just
don't
Yeah,
cross
of course.
me,
Yeah,
but
I
our
feel.
line is
Yeah,
just
I feel like
real
I feel like that's for sure everybody's. But like he was saying, it go deeper for y'all, where it's like it could be as simple as like, yeah, like you haven't been, you know what I mean, like you haven't been able to like be there. You haven't been able to be on my type time when I need you to be on my type time, and now I'm feeling the way.
I think the
that's where you
bigger
get the
issue,
jealous friend, like you know how like you was saying shit like that, like
being jealous. Yeah, I think the bigger issue in that is that because as women we know that we are way more detail oriented when it comes to things. So if we want to do something, by all means we will get it done. And the simple fact of the matter that you can't be with us on our type time, like that's not the issue. The issue is always forever improper communication. That's the problem. It's not that you can't make it to our regular Tuesday or bi-weekly or once a month thing. It's the fact that you never said nothing. You never told me what was going on. And the simple fact that we're friends, we should be able to have these type of conversations. So that's the bigger issue. And that's what has people looking like, well, damn, is there something going on between you and I? Because even if you don't want to talk, you could talk by saying, I don't want to talk. Like that's literally, it's really so fucking simple, I promise y'all. And that's something that like me and my friends do often. It's like if we're going through something to the point of like, this is not it, like I don't want to have a conversation about it. It's very much like, hey y'all, I'm finna be MIA for a little bit because I just gotta get some shit together. Communication.
right.
That's literally it. That's all I want. That's all I need. That's what's gonna make it work. It's not about, we're humans. We are adult humans at that. Life happens. No, you're not gonna always be able to do the same shit you had the freedom to do 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years ago. But you always have the ability to communicate. Even if you're communicating, I don't want to communicate.
Agreed.
So that's why I feel like as women sometimes it's easy for us to go ahead and pick up the scissors and cut people off because we understand that. And you chose to not put that effort into this friendship that I felt like I've been putting too much effort into. So no, bitch, you gotta go.
We also on that topic, it gets to the point where as friendships we get into a routine. Even if it's not we talk every day or this, that, and that, it gets to a routine like, all right, yeah, if you call me, I'll come out. But if we're in a relationship, like for example, for me, I've had a friendship where when she got in a relationship, she literally would like kind of ghost me. I would call her, she wouldn't really pick up. I would text her, she wouldn't really text me back, stuff like that. I knew who she would.
But you know when she's single,
As soon as she
start
would be
calling you.
single, she'd blow my
Hey,
phone
girl.
up. But if I'm in a relationship, I wouldn't. I'm not necessarily like ignoring her. Like she was one of them people. Like as soon as she know I'm in a relationship, now she want to hit me up in the middle of the night. Yo, come outside. Girl,
Absolutely
what?
not. You're not waking me up out my bed because I know we're in a relationship or not. Like,
And I'm the type of friend that like if it gets to that, I'm always going to communicate with the parties. Like yo, she want me to come outside real quick. I gotta go do this. Like this, my friend, real quick. Like I'll be here with you all the time. So let me just go slide out real quick. Cool. In my experience, I've done that 3 times, back to back to back. And the day I said no, it was a whole fucking problem.
Yeah, I will
So
say
it'd be like it's a giver pool when it comes to females, because you really got a lot of females that get real jealous over their female friends. It'd be like, did you want to fuck me all these years?
and on the opposite side, you have women who don't know how to maintain regular friendships outside of
That is
relationships.
true,
And I feel like
too.
that's a bigger issue because once you get in a relationship, it's like you have no balance. It's like, oh, everything has to be about my man. But you got to understand all relationships require maintenance.
Yes.
So like, okay, you're cultivating and catering to and feeding this relationship while this one's dwindling. And you're wondering why you stop getting invited places. You're wondering why you stop getting called or your text stop getting responded to. Because you stopped being my friend, sis. Once you got with that man or that woman, you stopped being my friend and you didn't know how to do both.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, I'm big on, I can hang out with mines all together, or we could simply have girl time. Like either or, that's not going to diminish. Like me being a friend is not going to make me be less of a woman to my man.
No.
And me being with my man is not going to make me less of a friend to my friends.
Yeah, and don't be one of them friends that be like, why you gotta tell your man everything, bitch? Because
I'm not even that though. I'm also
even-
not even that. Like it's certain things that I don't even tell him because it's like I'm really big on not telling other people business. Like I
not
just
like that. I mean, like say if we about to go out, and I be like, yeah, I'm about to go out with da 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 da. Oh, why you gotta tell him you going out?
Oh, going out is like,
come
yeah,
on.
no, but I mean, if it's some shit that's like,
no, personal.
some like, girl, you better
girl
take that
shit,
shit to the grave.
I'm
type
taking that shit to the
Like,
grave.
That is not my business to be telling
No.
nobody.
Yeah,
Like,
Girl
for
on
sure.
girl shit. That's a little.
and especially too, what I've learned because I used to do this too. I will only tell people things just because I know if that one thing got out, I know who it came from because I only told one person.
That's a fact.
I'm very calculated
Yes.
and
For
shit like
sure.
that, and
Yes.
especially
That's an early thing too for
it
me.
be
I get it out the
verbatim.
way quick.
Yeah.
But I wasn't
Yes.
saying this and what everybody's talking about, but I feel like even going back to what I was saying before relationship, I think a lot of women don't give grace or compassion in these situations.
Yeah, because fuck you.
But
Nah,
it-
right.
but
I know.
but you can't be that way for somebody you call your friend
Life
because
be kicking
again
ass.
you
No, it
mentioned
do,
you
but again,
mentioned
communication.
maintenance. You mentioned maintenance.
Right,
But for
that's
some
the communication.
friendship, it might be maintenance on a different vehicle. Hey, you might got a BMW friendship. This might not mean maintenance every 3 months. This might be every 3 years. It depends on the level of where you feel as though the value is there between each other. So just like with me, if my best friend for years and for 2 years we don't talk, hey, I understand life happens. I might have
I'm never understanding 2 years of my best friend. No,
but again,
no, that's not
what
your
I'm-
best friend if you ain't talking 2 years.
But that's what I mean,
I don't
grace
think
and
that's
compassion. I think life really happens, yo.
Me and
I've
my
had
man,
life
like-
really happen. I had friends that I would call every day at a point in my life that we don't speak at all now because life had happened. Nothing happened between us in our friendship, but I went this path, they went this path. This allowed me not to.
What
I couldn't
mean by that
communicate
is in
sometimes
2
when they
years,
needed me
if you
to.
don't speak to somebody, you might not even know them no more. So how can you call them your best friend?
I ain't gonna hold you. I actually experienced that though. Like my man's that I went to high school with, we even did all types of music together. I think y'all even might have met him at like one of my shows. But there was a point in time where he went off to LA, I went off to Atlanta, and we almost like damn near virtually just lost communication. But within maybe 2-3 years, I happened to be in VA. He moved back to VA from LA. I pulled right up to his crib. It was like we never. It was like
Missed the beat.
yeah, it was like cool, instant. Then I ain't see you in years, bro. How you been? And since then, we've been in contact, you know what I mean, every day. But there was at least a 2 to 3 year gap between, at like one point, I was at his crib every single day making music together, all of that. And then he had to go his way, I had to go my way. He went west, I went south. And of course, I got my baby, you know what I mean? I had my life going on. He got his shit going on. But just like literally as he's saying, like, that didn't turn into nothing like personal. It just
Yeah,
kind
and
of
I-
Wait. Can I
It's
go real
different if
quick? 'Cause I
something
gotta-
happens.
I'm-
Okay, great.
Man,
So what I was gonna say
Hey,
is,
Damn.
there's still a large chunk of time that has been spent apart, and in that large chunk of time, you might have.
Oh, I got it.
Wow.
It's every
Thank you,
time I
thank
talk.
you.
Cool.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
No, you got
No,
it.
no,
But
great.
But in that large amount of time, like I said, with men, and we go back to relationships or even male friendships, but y'all get that, man, yo, it's been 3 years since you talked to the ex, but he can call right now and y'all can have a great conversation.
Some of 'em.
You could pick it up right where you left. Yeah, I'm not gonna say everyone, but for the female friends, for that one male, there's
can't call
for
everybody.
those 3 males, there is maybe a half a female that might
Your
can get that
ex
from
don't
you.
got the same responsibility your friend do though.
No, but
Oh.
I do have one friend that kind of beats the odds, and y'all met her. Well, you've met her, but like, and we was best friends in high school, like inseparable, kind of. And her dad died. My mom died, so like we had to kind of go do our own things. Like when she up here and we see each other, it's like nothing's new. Like, it's like, hey, da-da-da-da, we bust it up. But we do go years without talking and seeing each other. Like it's last time we talked was probably like what, 2 years ago.
And I'm not. My thing is this: I'm not saying that it's something extreme as to where like this person can't be your friend anymore or whatever the case is because y'all spent time apart.
But
I'm just
do
saying
see
that
the
it is
fact
a
of
different.
best friend. Your best friend is usually like
You're
like,
gonna make
it'll-
some type of effort
you
to
right here,
and then
kinda
that's another
like-
thing too. People have too many best friends for me. It's like I think y'all are overusing that term. Like you can have close friends.
Yes.
You can have friends. You can have associates. You can have acquaintances. You can't tell me you got 7 best friends. No,
Yeah.
how all 7 of them your best friend?
Because
Best
our
friend is
bonds,
singular, first of all.
because our bonds are rooted in different things.
So
This
why
is
are they
my
not
best
all
friend.
close friends?
I definitely
Because
Instead of all
because
best friends.
after a time the level in this is like my family in this
Okay,
way.
then why they
this
not
person,
family instead of
hey,
all your
this
best
person
friends?
can
Alright,
call
so I was
because
about to say
it
that.
gives the level of validity. If I call you my brother, hey, some people might not understand that, but if I call you my brother and my best friend, somebody might give somebody the level to know that hey, this person is very high up in my life. And we, no matter what it can be, have established a very strong friendship. And I also think, in all we're talking about, men can learn a lot from women in cutting people off.
Hell
Because
fucking
in
yes.
certain situations,
Thank you.
in certain
Thank
situations,
you.
we may need to. Hey, somebody may
Yeah.
be taking more from us than we're giving. They may be draining the life
That's
from you.
why
They may
people
be a
hate the new
leech.
girlfriends.
It may be
That's
certain
why people
things.
hate the new girlfriends.
But
for real,
that's
because
why
we
It
come
may
in-
be
hate the
certain
new
things,
boyfriend
but
too,
because
the boyfriend be
but
like,
because
"She-
we have this thing called
what
we
you
got
got?
grace, we got
She- I
empathy,
got
and
you
we got
done.
compassion, we may just continue to pour into somebody, not knowing it's taken from us. But for me, it's a balancing act because
that is why
sometimes you
people
might
hate
pour
the
into
new
somebody,
girlfriend.
and that relationship can fruit and turn into a whole new thing. This friend can bring you on. For me in business, if you want to go there, the men I know in business that I've met and interviewed and been in different situations, it's usually that one friend for them that they didn't think about or counted out, but they held them down in the moment. They came back and got them. It be in this moment you had my back. Come meet my pop real quick. I saw you doing some show shit. Come meet my pop. I like what y'all did there. Hey, I got somebody for you. Yo, he got a deal for you. You got
Yeah,
$50K
bro.
right now
Yeah,
for your
that's-
first show.
that's-
Off of
yeah.
one time where I might have beat somebody's ass for you. We wasn't the best of friends, but hey, I think you needed me in that moment. So I think
But
it's
I
a
feel like
balancing
people
act.
do that even with strangers. So
I
I
get what
wouldn't
you're
I wouldn't
saying.
say hold on to a friendship because you ain't speak to somebody in 8 years and all of a sudden they seen an opportunity and lined you with that opportunity. I would do that for a fucking stranger or somebody. If my client that I've been with for 3 years, that's like my client, but we not friends. And I know somebody else. I know an author who's looking for a publisher. Hey, I got this publisher friend. Da, 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 da.
But would
Me
you
and
still do
don't-
that for a friend that you cut off because y'all weren't in communication?
know
Like,
that
you don't
this
have no
person-
ill will towards a stranger.
But this is what there is no ill will in general. That's
Yeah,
what
I'm
I'm
not
saying.
saying I'm
Okay,
always
just
I'm
making
always
sure.
gonna wish
but,
you
but
best.
that's what I mean
Yeah,
by
just making
we
sure.
as women sometimes we might cut people off as far as you're not in my immediate catalog to call. We're not hanging out. We're not doing that. But it's not I hate you.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just that our lives don't mesh
Yeah.
anymore. Like I'm doing something different, you're doing different things. We have different values, we have different views. It's not no hate, sis. We just don't have no room to be together.
Yeah.
What about that jealous dynamic?
It's kind of the same.
I'm never
All right,
jealous.
so
Yeah, I
all right. So the
Which,
jealous,
like, before y'all get into that, I do
the
want to
jealous-
agree that I do think it do come typically more from a jealous friend.
Okay,
when that
paid
cut,
is
when
simple.
that happens, when that does happen, I do think it does come a little more from the jealous friend. Sometimes you do got the girlfriend that's just pressed to cut off her friends once she get a man. But I think if I was to think about how often one or the other happens, it is typically sometimes one or more of the friends
It's an
start
outside
acting
jealousy
a little
thing.
weird.
Yeah,
Because
and
you know, like housed up with somebody right now. But
pretty
yeah.
much.
What was
You
saying?
can't come over all the time and shit like that.
But why? Like in those
Because I'm walking around
instances,
ass naked.
But
My man.
Right, she might want to get cut.
All
in
right,
the
so
kitchen
this my
randomly.
thing. All right, this my thing,
Can't
because
be here.
we forget that a lot of when it comes to females, we know our friends. We know what you like. We know a lot. A lot of times when it comes to friend groups, sometimes we don't align in what we like, but sometimes, most times, we align with the same type of shit. And bitch, I be damned if
So
you
that
got
mean
to
you
be
align
around
with my
nigga.
nigga? That
Yep,
mean
you
that
knew
mean
where it
you
was
might
going.
align with my nigga.
Okay.
Hey, yo.
You got
I mean, the more
fucked
the
up.
merrier. You know, like let's have a ball.
Let me get
Yo, that's
settled
funny
first.
as
Like let me
shit.
get this.
Like, let me plant my feet on
Like
the
let
floor.
me get 10 toes in the ground
You
first.
talking
like,
about? Can I taste
shit.
it? I don't even know what the size tastes like yet.
I just got some Obey on it.
I just cooled it down. I just my way through it. Like, can I?
I ain't even. You already on my back. Like, damn, you already want to come over. Then, like, it's a lot.
But that also, speaking on that though, that's another thing too.
It's a lot.
Some women, and I want to use that term friend loosely here, but also it's just this is some shit that they've seen, and that's just how they are. Some women get a little too extra around
Ooh.
someone else's significant other, like a little too revealing, a little too jokes, a little too sexual, a little too touchy, a little too like, all right, sis, because when we was just out last night, you ain't
wasn't
had
doing
none of
none
this
of
energy.
this.
So now that we here, now things is like, oh my gosh, like I really just want to take all this off right now. Like it's so hot, y'all not hot.
And then,
or like, you know, like,
and then if you got a real nigga, if your spouse is a real one, they gonna be like, yo, they
doing too much.
Yeah,
Doing
and you
too
gonna be
much.
like, here we go.
Or they just gonna think you set them up.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But either or. But yeah, the friend. Now, when I was trying to say that I think the best friend, family, those type of roles, they're switched. Like they're close friends is more like somebody that you go out to the club with.
I think that
And then-
Instagram has changed the meaning of close friends.
Hey, yo.
Because
Okay.
no, I'm serious.
It has.
I'm serious
It
because
has.
girls have put me in their close friends that I've never actually hung
It
out with
has.
a day in my life, and it's just like, okay, girl, like turn up this lit, but why I'm in here?
Yes.
Like,
I
girl,
agree.
I don't even know your last name.
I agree.
Why I'm in here?
I agree.
Why I'm in here?
I agree.
Like I'm like, hey, keep doing what you're doing, sis. It look lit. But why I'm in here?
I agree.
I don't know you enough to be in here. Like,
Hey yo, yeah, no, but hey, great topic, love. I wanted to kind of further this, and I wanted to continue on the same theme. What happens with y'all in friendships and relationships when you might be doing something such as playing a game, and you learn something new about your partner? Do y'all feel as though is that the right setting for that? It doesn't matter who's there.
you can't control that setting. Like,
what would you? How would you like it to go? Are you comfortable with finding out new information that way?
because if that's the part of what's happening,
So-
like how you gonna be mad at that if you never asked the for? Now, this is a pure PG-13 example. If you never found out that your girl went horseback riding and the question says raise your hand if you ever went horseback riding, how dare you get fucking mad because y'all never had a conversation about her going horseback riding? Like, it just might have never come up in conversation, but it came up right now because the question specifically was, raise your hand if you've ever been horseback riding. Like,
Right.
if you that type of person, don't play the game.
Right, but now let's say I found out instead of just she horseback rode, she loves it. This is her shit. She goes and does this. Hey,
obviously.
when I'm saying with my mom, I'll be riding horses. I do this, and they'd be like, "Damn, why wouldn't you share that with me?" Hey, I actually have a real background in horses. It might be a situation where it could just be like, "Damn, how much do you value me and what like?" And telling me you're like again in some of these games for people, it means that it's a game and it's a game in a game. And a lot of these times in these settings, especially if it's a couple setting or singles or single with a couple, be talking about with your partner, you might be playing the who's the best couple game. who knows each other the best. So you might
that
be
don't
doing
mean nothing, and you know that don't mean nothing. Just because you know your partner the best does not mean your relationship is in the best standing.
I'm not.
That don't even matter.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that, and for me, in different levels of this, I think these are things that, just like we're saying in the game, there are things you figure out that conversations about. No, how you figure out information and what you disclose and what you talk about should be figured out before. Like, hey, if we're out somewhere, I don't want my bros to not find out that you got, you know what I'm saying, a train ran on you back in college.
And I just feel like then don't
same
play them
time I
games,
found
'cause
out.
why we need to
Same time I
run
found
that
out.
down before we're going to do something that's supposed to be a good old time. Like
Something
it
like
just
that
sounds
happened
like,
to me. I ain't gonna lie. That did burn me out.
but it just sounds like you don't need to be playing those type of games. Then if you're going to get mad, like my thing is this: you already know what.
I
the
don't
game,
know that though.
Hear
This might
me
be our
no, listen
first
to
time
what
you
I'm
doing
about
this.
to say before you say you don't know that.
Yeah.
You know what type of game is being played. You know what type of questions that could possibly come up. If you already know now, you're going to have a certain issue with things. Don't even play the fucking game.
I agree with you. That's why I don't really play.
Because
them
if that's the case, either you're going to be a liar at the moment because you're not being truthful in the game because you feel some type of way about something, or the person is being truthful and now you feel some type of way about something. So either way, you're going to feel some type of way about something. So
But
just
hey,
don't
guess
fucking
what?
do it.
I
didn't
can't
find
feel a
out
way
yet.
about
Games on
nothing
your
if
own.
I know.
I said I didn't.
If I know,
I
hey,
ain't even
hey,
find
if
out
it's a
on some game
situation like,
shit.
hey, this game is this kind of game, babe, they ask this kind of questions. Is you comfortable with me answering this shit? Because I don't think we should play it. It's those things. It's simple. It's simple. I gotta put one of those damn can over cold too. But it's simple things in a relationship to where you can just give somebody some a short time to get clarity and not like I don't want to be surprised in this moment. Like again,
But the
because
game
then
is around
then you're
finding out things that there
Can
are
we
questions.
normalize playing these games on one-on-ones, like on y'all on little date nights and
All right,
shit?
y'all would have
Play
to
the
do that.
game.
That's the only way you get around that. Y'all gotta
agreed.
play the game
Play the
one-on-one.
game
agree.
beforehand.
Matter of fact, there we go. First date, y'all need to play Never Have I Ever.
Play some
Yeah.
games.
There you go. There you go.
Honestly,
That'll
yeah.
settle it.
Icebreaker.
First date, you need to
Right.
play Never Have I Ever. That
It ain't
way,
too much involved feelings yet. Y'all can get your
Yeah.
little
You can
say
prejudgment
whatever
out
you
the
want.
way. You
Yeah.
can
Icebreaker
learn what
that.
you need to learn
Yeah.
and realize if you
'Cause
want
I'm
to keep
big on
this.
telling you
Because
shit
you
up
3
front.
years in
Yeah.
and you find out some shit that you wouldn't have liked. You know what I mean? Two weeks
shoulda
in.
asked.
Yeah.
Now you already emotionally
You
invested.
shoulda
You all
asked, I'm
cooked.
crying.
No, bro, especially if we 3 years in.
I feel that if you
and
got a super
something
hard
that
no, you
happened
gotta act. You do gotta
15
ask
years
that. Nobody's a
ago.
mind
For
reader.
sure, for sure.
Nobody's a
So-
mind reader. If
something
you
that
got a hard
happened
no, you gotta
15
ask that shit.
reasons.
Something happened to
15
me that
years
wasn't
ago.
even a hard no. It
Ask.
was more like a kind of what Jay was saying. Was like, damn, how come I didn't know that? But it
15
wasn't through a
years.
game. No, it
Okay.
wasn't through a game. It was like a shared conversation.
So asking that, right? Because this is a similar situation. So let's say you with someone that you really enjoy, whatever, and some shit came up where it's like, I Shorty got a train around on her by six men.
God damn.
Listen,
Why you pick
what part?
six?
Neil, hear me out. This is the question. What part of the conversation that y'all had? When was she supposed to bring that to you? Like how and when and where was she supposed to bring that to you?
That's a great question.
So what the fuck do you want?
But
Oh, I mean, I gotta answer-
hold on,
you-
because I can answer
Okay,
the
go ahead.
question. I have heard some wild stories from women. I am a very non-judgmental type of transparent.
Right, but I'm talking about somebody
like,
that is a
converser,
potential
so it's
love
like-
interest. When is she supposed to tell the man that she wants to be with that she has had sex with 6 men in one night?
There is not really a right answer for that. It's just you either do that or you don't. Y'all either had that conversation or you don't. Because at
But
the
I'm
end of the
asking
day,
you, like,
Well-
how would you like that information brought to you? Since that's the problem for you.
if
to
we
find
just
out in
having
another setting?
if we having an open conversation about our past, then that is the time. Like there are spaces where I am mentally prepared to hear anything. Like there is for sure
do
spaces
you
where
ever think about it after the conversation? Like, is there ever a situation where, because that's where the problem starts for a lot of people. I'm not gonna hold you.
I
It's
mean,
like,
of course, but at the end of the day, that'd be my problem. Like if I
that's a y'all problem now because you start treating her like that's a y'all problem.
I mean, that's still my price. All
hold on.
stemming from like I would
No,
be
yes,
the
it's
like, I would
your
be the
problem,
root because
but
that's making
it's
me
a
feel
problem
away.
for
Like
y'all now.
But hold on,
because-
hold on, because in this, it's leaving out things about the situation. For me, it depends on the context. Hey, if you had this train run on you, if you liked it, then I want to hear about your kinks. And when we have those conversations, if this is trauma, I want to hear about it. If it happened in college and this was a horrible time, and we discussing the horrible things in your life, and this didn't come up, but now we playing the game, and now you're crying, telling the whole room this. I'm be like, damn, I wish I would have, I
Now,
could
you done
have
got
consoled
it
you.
all
Wait.
emotional, talking about some shit crying.
Yeah,
That's
but I say
different.
for
We're
me
talking
it was
about
something.
No,
Yeah, for me it was
I'm
something
just giving,
real.
but we're
I
talking
can-
about something that is
Right.
again, the train is what makes. My bad, Magic. 1 second. The train is what makes this an absorbent thing. So in those absorbent things, either if it's something you like to love, then I would want to hear about it. But if it's something that is trauma, I would want to hear about it. So that way I can best handle it in our relationship. It's not like again, the situation is what makes it kind of me go to these links and these things, because in those situations, did you like it or you hated it? And in those situations, if you hated it, that's bad.
So let me ask you this question. Oh, well, everybody, based off of this conversation, do you feel that there are some things you should just take to the grave?
Yep.
Yes.
I don't. I gotta experience something like I'm open with my.
Why you start studying?
Because
Why you start-
I'm thinking, I'm processing. I'm like, yo, do I have, like, what do I want to, like, that was,
Like,
like, I don't have those
all right,
thoughts.
so-
like, dang, what do I want to take to the grave?
right,
I
I
don't
do
really
feel
be
like-
sitting, like, I might take your secret to the grave.
That's
But
still-
was-
my
That's
own
not
life,
what I'm
I was
asking.
super
That's
honest
what I'm
about
saying.
it. I was super honest about cheating one time, and that shit grew a crazy insecurity about when is the get back gonna happen. And that's all my problem. It's all my problem. But
Yeah.
me being honest out of guilt grew a stronger
guilt,
insecurity,
yeah.
because it was like, cool.
but you
now
said you were
she
honest
know.
out of guilt. What you mean?
Yeah,
by
I was
that?
honest because
People
I had
telling
got
themselves
Like she
yeah,
felt
because
he
I
felt
had
for the other
guilty that he
person?
cheated.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I had completely gotten away with it. There was no,
Yeah,
I
you
got
wouldn't have
caught.
found out unless I told
And
you.
one
Yeah.
day I was just like, God, it was just like, I just
Yeah.
said it. I was like, fuck it, yo. Look, here's what happened
Yeah.
during these times, and boom, sorry. And it was like from then on, it was like, you gonna get me back? Like, I feel like I
Yeah.
dealt with that, which honestly drove to
I
like
can
a
see
lot
why
of
that's
stresses that
Yeah.
had me like, yeah, if I had to play that back, that's going to the grave, because
Well,
I do feel like
I
at
wasn't
the
doing
time
it no
was-
more.
the timing,
That's exactly what I was about to say.
could be, again, in that story, bro. You did that for you.
Yeah.
You cleared
said
your,
that. He said it
you
was
cleared,
selfish.
but again, you cleared your conscience. But again,
Yeah.
there might not have been the best time for your partner to find out information about. Not saying there's a best time
I
in
mean,
all
she
these
was- the best
scenarios.
time
is
thing
right
is-
then and there. The
but
best
the
time
funny
is when
thing
it
is,
happens.
the
But-
funny thing is, based on her reaction, that was the best time. She gave me a very graceful reaction. I was in my own head, like,
Yeah.
nah, you know now.
Oh, okay.
And
And you
eventually
gonna
it's
get-
going
Okay,
to
so
come
she-
back.
she didn't make you feel
actually-
away.
She actually ate that shit. Like, I mean, of course she responded. Like,
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
She had,
But,
we had
okay.
to get
It
our
was your
little-
own complete
had our
thing.
little
I got
grievance,
you.
all of that. Yeah, we had to go through our whatever, but it didn't take much, and there was a lot of grace and a lot of like shit that I didn't have to worry about, that in my head I was worried about. Then on top of that, something based on our conversation had happened where, like, amidst the conversation, her friend had slipped up that like she had interest in like women, and that is completely fine. That's cool with me. But I didn't know that. Found that out at the table. And this is, of course, after I didn't mention, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so now it's like, damn, bitch, not only do I got to worry about men, I might have to
my
worry
God,
about
I
women.
knew-
Like,
I literally
it was
knew
like,
that
it was
was
like,
coming. I knew that was coming.
Then it was like, and I deserve it. You know what I mean? It was like, yo,
crying.
what the fuck? So I feel like in most instances, there's nothing that you necessarily had to take to the grave. But from experience, I will say, man, if I had to run it back, or if I was to ever, for any reason, be in that type of predicament again, it's going to the grave, because the amount of, or just leave that shit
Well,
alone.
do you do?
I think
But in
time
all
will
of this, it
for
sounds
sure
like the
matters.
only thing that happened was your own conscience
Yeah,
came into
exactly
play.
what happened.
So in that take it to the grave, the story, in a lot of these we hear about these people on their deathbeds, they expose these things because of that exact
That's
thought.
selfish too.
But
if you ask me.
Again,
like
also
you about to die,
that
and
that
you gonna just
th-
be like,
that's
oh,
why
yeah.
for me it's kind of about how you live and lead your life. Now again, we do have compromise situation, things happen, but for me those are kind of what make me. So the story of me telling my partner when this happened, hey, for me, I tell shit when it come to my life was long, hard fought battle.
long.
So sometimes some shit just get put in an elsewhere vibe, but then it's like, think, oh shit,
like this happened.
this happened.
So more so what I mean is this. So let's say that you know your partner has like or a person of interest, whatever, has like a sore spot about something, a subject in particular, and you have had experience in this particular area. I don't think that whatever it is that you've gone through in the past, and especially if it hasn't directly affected them, if it wasn't something that happened between y'all's relationship, I don't think it's necessarily something that needs to be shared if that's going to cause turmoil in your relationship.
Right.
So like when I say take shit to the grave, I don't mean shit that you might have done to your partner or like behind your partner's back. I mean things that might have happened prior to your partner that really has no place here in
Yeah, for
this.
sure.
You know what I mean? Like, cause like why bring this here? Like, what does this information
All right.
serve?
So I do agree on that part. Like, yeah, take some stuff to the grave because not all the time that you need to divulge that information. Now, some of that information will come out with time.
Yeah,
It definitely will come out with time. So, with time, you will become completely transparent. But up front, yeah, not everything needs to be just said there and there. Now, if we to go back, why weren't kinks talked about? Cause like with me, I definitely understand that. Like, all right, first
You be
year
different people
cool,
with different people.
second year cool. After a while, I just feel like say something. Like you gotta be you in there. Like this is okay.
But also safe spaces, right? So my thing is, if you having vanilla sex with somebody, it's no way somebody finna be like, oh yeah, I also like.
Now
you to
I
drip
do agree
fucking
on
hot
that.
wax on me while you gag me.
I
and
agree.
Tie me to the bed.
But that's
while
why
you
I say
clap my-
play
like
games.
nobody's
Play
about to
games,
feel safe
motherfuckers.
enough to expose that.
Yeah.
So why?
But if you don't feel safe enough, they somebody that shouldn't be around you. Like and that's what I mean. For me in these scenarios is how do you expect to grow, even and go back to friendship, relationships in these when you have trauma. Hey, when the first time when I got locked up and it was fucking just not what you want to experience, and then you hold that you get that through. But then I got to talk to people because hey, at some moments you gotta know why I feel this way. Hey, I don't drive to Harrisburg to this fucking day. It won't happen. Niggas know. Hey, yo, Jay, we gonna take you up here. Hey, when I thought about it, niggas was like, yeah, you sure you want to do that? You know you don't like it up here. And those things give somebody just a chance to know you and grow with you. Hey, you might want to share this trauma you had with your girl because at the middle of the night when you sweating and crying, might need to know that I gotta console him, or she might be looking at you like this nigga cheating. It depends on how
That's
your
only
person.
if it's trauma though. That's not
Okay,
always the case.
but if it's not okay, but then in those situations, it gets to know you. Again, all this is information. I want my partner to know me as best as I can, and me know my partner as best as I will, because there's no one else in
I
this
feel like
world
there are things
that should
we
be
haven't
able
shared
to
with each
know.
other.
But for
That's
me,
in life within like anybody.
but
like,
for
I feel
me,
like,
those are things of circumstance and time, and just getting through life's own things to where you might have time to consider and think about that. My brain runs on. Friday was talking about outside, like, yo, going to sleep is hard. And in that, it was because my brain was racing, thinking about just shit I had to do, what you got going on. So where I can't even remember some of the past shit at the moment. Like, damn, I might have a whole fucking thing I can do well that I don't do anymore because I just be focused on what I'm doing now well. It's the levels of, but when they come up, you gotta let your partner know. Because if you don't,
when they
then the
come up,
relationship
sometimes
can't.
they just come up during the game.
Then the relationship can't grow. But in that's what I'm saying. But you let your
Play
partner know.
games
In the
outside of
game, in the
games.
game with the people around, that's where the safe space comes
But
into.
then how do you answer that question without answering that question? Or again, either way, you a liar in some way. Because either you lying for the game to then double back and be like, hey, that question earlier that they asked.
No game is
it
more
really-
valuable than my partner. It could just be a text. It could just be, yo, they get into these type questions. You know I got to pass if that whatever the conversation may be. And a lot of this girls be lying about their body count. So it's hard to get some of this shit off. You can't tell a nigga you got 4 bodies and then you had to train with 6 niggas. That don't make the math ain't
Because
mathing.
that was one person.
Man.
That was one person. Whatever happened in 24 hours was one person.
Session done.
what I mean?
Said one session, get him out.
One session equals one person. Period.
Well, hey, speaking about one session, did anybody see
We are wanted.
what was going on Twitter with the picture with the condoms, and then that meme everybody loves with the Barbie with her hair messed up, and it's like 7 condoms, and the backstory is something. One of y'all can elaborate more. I'm just gonna give a quick brief. It's something alludes of a dude sent his girl to an Usher concert and her friends, and to reward him, they gave him a foursome that lasted 7 hours, and it was something best night of this girl's life, and.
Yeah, that's what they said. I don't know if that's true, but that's what was posted. But yeah, what's the question? Like,
Well, is that it? Because I feel like
I said that's what was said. We don't know. It's
all right,
speculation.
I felt like it was more stuff going on because it was hitting all different social medias. I wanted to make before I got to my question. I wanted to make sure somebody gave it some clarity because I didn't know. But in that question, do you feel as though like this is a good like how do you feel about somebody presenting this scenario to you?
What do you mean? Like,
like your man. I don't get in this. We don't know how it started and who's really telling the real story.
So let's go with the story of her man got 4 VIP tickets for her friends to the Usher concert. If y'all know them tickets ain't cheap. I mean, they had a good night, and she like, damn, my man deserve a good night too. That is that a question? Like, would you do something like that?
Yeah, we can start there.
I don't
think
even.
it's a lot going on.
I feel like that's not even a question for me. Like,
There's a view in public.
We've done more for less. Like, I don't know. What do you mean?
There you go.
Like,
we've done more for less. That's crazy.
I'm just saying, like, it's just that's not. I don't feel like that's a reward type of thing.
But
feel
in
like
all
that's
this friendship talk, it like. So is that a separate group of friends? Are these like what group of friends is it okay for your man to even think about this idea?
This is a great conversation because in this past weekend festivities.
Oh shit. You see how I dance. Like I'm in here playing a fucking Macarena, nigga. I'm dancing around shit to get to the question about it. You just say, hey, this weekend.
No, I'm saying like just because that was the space of a certain conversation because we were also playing games like that. And it's just like I was talking about how like one of my friends, she got married this weekend, and I was saying to like her friends and family, like, and her friends and family are very much like us. We're free, we're open, we have conversations, like whatever. And one of the questions was like why are you laughing?
Yo, tell your story, bro. Yo. What Peyton say? Yo, leave me out of this. I was just a photographer, you know what I'm saying? Yo, photos coming on Perfect Design Studios, revamping all that. Still gotta make the website. But yeah, go ahead back to your story. Peyton, I'm doing.
Anyway, one of the questions was asking if you had sex with if you ever had sex with your friends before. And I was saying like, damn, that's crazy because like most of my friends I've had sex with, and I was like saying like me and her, like we've never, like we're friends. We're like just friends, like, yeah. So it was just funny because being in a room full of people who might not have ever had that experience where it's just like, no, like my friends really just be my friends, and they be like, they really be my friends too. So I thought like, or sometimes like, yeah, we really still like, I've had friends from the past where like we have had sex and it's just like, it was just that, and like we're still cool. Like it's not like things change. It's just like you might have just wanted to see what it was about a little bit. That's, like that's okay. Like we can do that, friend.
Okay.
Okay, what?
No, that's the end of which.
I was saying the question about it.
That's
like
all, folks.
you said,
Right? Yeah. That sounded short, right?
Your question,
Anybody else feel like you just got cut?
your question was,
Her brain said, "Shut the fuck up."
Your question was, what type of friends can you even do that with? And like my thing is, as far as me and you in this lifetime and the friends that you know, like, I mean, I don't really think there's like a set group of friends that it's like, oh yeah, these are the DTFs. These are the don't touch.
Right, but there's a set group of friends for me that are the don't touch.
Well,
like in my,
obviously, that's different.
but that's what I'm saying. In those in those situations, you kind of discernment is a very key thing there. Especially even in y'all level of friendship, like us in our journey and our thing, I learned things about you. Hey, you a one him quit him friend too.
Absolutely, baby.
In that thing, that can be a weird situation sometimes, because I think in any situation where if it like I leave the not the door open, but hey, we done this before and somebody wants to communicate, they want to do it again, I'm open to having the conversation. Where some people are, yo, don't you ever mention that shit again, bitch, I might smack you. So in those situations, you kind of got to know how to navigate those friendships and what's going on, and you might find out something in a moment.
If you wanted to do it before, you want to do it again. That's a given.
Right.
We don't need to have a conversation about it.
Well,
yeah.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Like,
yo.
if you wanted to do it the first time and we did it the first time, I know you want to do it again. We don't need to talk
She
about
said,
it.
I know you want me.
Yeah, yo, right. But any thoughts on this Peyton Magic?
Y'all killed that.
Y'all got friends?
No,
Y'all fuck
niggas.
y'all friends?
No, niggas.
I killed that.
No, we
Y'all
ain't
fuck-
pie in the wild.
This episode is going to be titled, Y'all Fuck Y'all Friends?
Hey, no, friends is simple. Hey, Peyton, you can't do that, man. No, man, we need to pay an ape thought on this.
Mhm.
You know, not the million
Y'all
view
fuck your
nigga, not the nigga, not the nigga who go viral by accident. Can I get a thought opinion? I got to show
No,
your face.
answer the question. Y'all fuck your friends?
Yeah, I fucked some of my friends before. Yeah,
Did that change
not
the
all of
friendship?
them.
Not all of them is crazy work. I will hope not all
Yeah,
of
cause
them.
yeah, for sure. Now some friends you really gotta like lock. You gotta stay platonic, man.
Yeah.
Some of they matter.
Yeah,
They-
right.
they matter.
Some friends really, really do matter. It's like,
shout out,
bro,
some
I
friends
don't
you
even
cannot
want to do
cross
this
that
'cause
line. 'cause
I've
it
I
learned
already
matters.
know
what friends
how
to
it's-
touch and what friends
Yeah,
not to
and
touch.
and some is like you got
Some you
is-
learn after you touch.
Yeah,
Some
that's
is
true.
like you got some of them, you know, after you had sex or whatever, it be cool, but for the most part, it does change. Like for the
See, I don't have that same thing for me.
Yeah, lucky you.
Well,
Like,
no,
I be chilling.
I think it's the person I am
in.
in the friendship. Like whenever I like, and again, a lot of this is adds to like for me at a point in life, people don't know who I was dealing with because it wasn't. I didn't give off those. I'm not that person that wants you to feel like you're my only person. If I'm in the mindset to where I'm not doing that, then I'm communicating that. And in that, I'm okay to talk about your own issues. I end up being your good friend that might have some good penis that you enjoy also. But you can also call me like, yo, my nigga getting on my nerves. Hey, yo, you need to calm down. That man did blah, 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 blah. And I lie. Like, you don't need to have this. Like, it becomes like I become more invaluable as the friend than ever would be in any one of these roles.
So,
it's
you
not-
giving
it's
them
just-
good dick before or after you tell them to calm down about their man?
Both simultaneous. Like, it could either way.
I feel like I'm such a nigga.
Like, this is crazy work.
Why you feel like you such a nigga, Magic?
Cause that's some shit I would do. I'm sorry. That's really some shit.
I mean, yeah,
I
I've
would do.
definitely been there.
mm.
Yeah, it's like the
A lot of
Yeah.
all right. So a lot of
relationship
the
picker upper.
yeah, a lot of the friends I've
you
touched.
hook your friends up with your exes.
I've done that.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's
I've
a
done
Leo
it.
thing too. I'm motherfucker.
I
I've
don't
done that.
care. That's I'm really.
I've-
Y'all
so
just
much-
the
only
sign
reason-
got.
all right,
Yo, you know
so-
how to get you descriptions. Y'all shit just be going like
I
the
don't
Leo
care.
just be
It's
like.
just
The
like
only
I'm not
reason why
dealing
I
with
did
anybody.
I get him
that
with a
is
price. He'd be
because,
like, "No, nigga, I don't like that. No, I don't like that." Y'all
Yeah.
be like, "No, really? Yeah,
Only
me too,
reason
girl."
why I did that is because mainly like, all right, I double backed, not double back, because it was like, all right, it was a friend like we fucked on
Angel
and off type
Reese.
shit. But I fucked for one last time and it was like, oh, I really want to be. Here you go.
Yo, I do that. The one last time. It's the one last time.
That should be like,
Well,
The
after
Leo,
that-
wow.
After that one last time, but you know when the one last time is because that's like the how dare you do this and leave me?
Yeah.
Like yeah, that's it. We're done.
we're good.
Don't come back over here. So yeah, after that, it's like I could I don't care
Yeah.
who wants to hook up. Like if that's what you want, I'm cool with that.
But-
I don't. Whatever we had, that phase is over with now. By all means, have a good time,
I'm definitely probably
Yeah.
gonna hand you
and
off.
that's okay. So yeah, I don't feel like it makes any difference. As a matter of fact, I might be able to match y'all best because I know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, you do that thing that she like. Y'all should do this. That's a thing. Like
Hey, yo.
Then I could put the bug in her ear. Hey yo, yeah. Go try that.
Speaking of doing that thing that somebody like,
Wow.
I got a topic.
What kind of topic?
Why you just get so the video that I was watching yesterday when you was like, "Hey yo, like I can't believe he said that."
Go ahead. I'm drawing a little bit of blame.
So speaking of doing things that somebody made, like we're in a time now where men are very vocal about the things that they enjoy, and they are a little more open to exploration nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask.
Oh. I have a great
I'm not
question
eating
about
nobody's
that.
ass.
Thanks, Magic. I'm glad let
I
people know
I
that.
just had to let that be out
I
there.
got you. Somebody had to ask it recently, guys. But but I asked the question yesterday to some people yesterday. I'm kind of curious. Who is responsible for you coming? Peyton, go first. I didn't any person that didn't
Who
answer.
is responsible for you coming?
Oh, in sex?
Yes.
If I'm having sex with a woman, the goddamn woman, like what the
Oh,
fuck?
okay,
Like,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
like if
Ladies,
I'm
would
having sex
you
with
like to
myself, my
answer?
goddamn self, like
Okay.
No, give what you. I want to hear just how you said it yesterday. from just this part, the answer. Because it was myself.
Yeah, I said
and
me.
then it was like, hold on.
Tripping.
I said me, but
Tripping.
then I said wait, cause it gotta be a little bit of both. It gotta be both. Reason why I said me is because I can make myself come regardless.
Yeah, and I automatically knew mindset wise where you were coming from with that, but no.
But if
Yeah.
you
Go ahead,
gotta
answer, bitch.
contribute.
It's definitely the politically correct answer is both, but it's definitely your job. For sure your job. But both. Because sex is it's an energetic exchange. Like it's supposed to be mutually beneficial. It's supposed to be equal in effort at the very least. And whatever equality looks like for the two people involved, because somebody like
looks
you
like.
might want to do all of the pleasing and you might meet a pillow princess who don't want to do shit. Y'all are a match made in heaven. Y'all are giving
Sometimes.
equal
Yeah.
No, you
But-
said nah, bitch.
but-
You might
Sometimes.
gotta
but
get
I'm
your
just
But I
saying,
see
like-
what you're saying. Yeah, sometimes.
yeah, like there are
Hey, get up.
there's
Might do
things
something.
there's things for people, like, you know.
Can I get
So
some of that 19 crime?
Yeah, I ain't say don't please me at all. Like do something. Like you if like, but it's like.
I got 2 bottles.
But it's like, as far as like what I do enjoy the most, yeah, it's definitely like, watching the, the whole, the surrender, you know what I mean? Like just that whole release, and you're like clearly like you're being like pleased at a high level, and it's like, yes, this is great. Like this is art right here. This is like you squirting and shit like that, even more cool. This is art. Like it's like this is great. Love this sight. Like it's is that almost egotistical, I guess, in some degree?
No.
Maybe.
Again, as for my
Like-
answer in the situation, it's on me to make my girl.
Yeah,
For me,
like,
if
I
you have
wanna-
never experienced making a girl come, I feel sorry for you, brother. But the things
Yeah,
that go
right, for
down
sure.
there,
Right.
when that's going on, especially if you can, and then they come unlimited. So you can continue to just be getting the craziest, like, just focus on your lady.
That probably be
man.
the only thing that like I guess I've experienced where I be like, I don't experience it a lot, but I've experienced it with this one girl. We had a great sexual chemistry. The only problem is she never ever wanted to stop. It didn't matter if it was a quickie or if we was in that bitch for a whole movie. It's like once it's done, it's almost like, why are we done? It's like, bitch, you need a fucking lesbian. Like, it's like you need to call one of your fucking girlfriends.
Girlfriend application is live on
Right,
Patreon.com
like,
for you
like-
guys, you know.
Right,
It's,
like
hey, and I can. Hey, that's, hey,
we'll
I
have
can
a
go.
great time though.
And
But it's
I can go
ew.
better than the best of them. But for lesbians,
Yeah, it's like, yo, I feel like I can go with the best of them until it's time for you to call a lesbian. Like, when it's time for you to call somebody who literally can nut a bunch of times and the walls don't be like, no, we're done. Like, we're not doing this no more. Eventually, they might be like, all right, bro, I might explode if I erect one more time. It's like,
but
you know
but,
what I
but
mean?
also
Like-
for me, if you have taken them to that stint of like where you don't want it anymore and you know that length and time, woman, we can't do this right now. I don't like. Well, I'm beat. Like that happened because we was in Vegas. We was going crazy for 4 hours, and your shit was swollen shut. That's what won. But now I can't do that every Tuesday.
Yeah, that
Well.
shit. Yep.
once a month.
I might be able to do it
Hey,
every
yo.
Tuesday.
Hey yo.
I might be
Hey,
able to-
Tuesday?
I might be
Oh,
able to-
no.
I might- every Tuesday. I might be able to do it every Tuesday.
You know,
what
it's definitely both.
I mean? Give me some dime.
Yeah. What was your answer?
I said it's my responsibility because for me, I could never have sex with somebody not having a good time. And then if you're having a good
Yeah,
time, I
that's
want you to have the
ass.
best time.
Right.
I don't I can't if you ever I've had boring sex before and it was very much I'm weird. This is a one time thing. Like it's not like if you and I'm giving energy and you kind of but you not giving nothing.
Yeah, man. Definitely love being the pleaser. Like
Because
They in there already.
a pillow princess too. Like I feel like a pillow princess. I feel like a pillow princess is only cool if you a pillow princess that's not like you ain't got no rat type shit. Like you damn near have no ceiling of like what you know what I mean, like what you like and don't like. I feel like that's the only time where like if you a pillow princess, then it's cool. But if you like a pillow princess, but you also like super vanilla, because like vanilla ain't always bad, but then there's definitely super vanilla. Like, but if you like super vanilla, like you like just I don't know, just real, almost like cringy, almost like
Yeah.
then
Super vanilla just sounds so
yeah, like then right,
That's
yeah,
just
right.
so virgin.
Yeah, you might as well. Yeah, you might as well still be one. Yeah, like
super vanilla.
so it's like yeah, like if it's on that type time where it's like damn, like you boring and like it's a bunch of like you like just don't
Got
really
some
seem like you
40-year-old
really want to
virgin
do a
type
lot of
shit.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's also like now it's almost like not just gonna sound crazy. It's almost like I don't even care to please you anymore. But like not like in a sense of like it's all about me now. It's just we probably won't be doing this.
I mean, I get that because technically she can't please you. You
Right,
not,
yeah,
you
exactly.
not being pleased.
Yeah, but you know, having
Shit
somebody
like
that
this.
if I could have it my
I'm
way,
right.
if I could have it my way, it's just somebody who wants to please just like I want to please, but definitely not to an extent where like you want to force certain shit. Like don't try to like don't even if you want to recommend like yo, I think you might like a little butt play. You can recommend it, but don't try to like. And I don't even. I want to be careful with the word force because I don't mean it in like a harassment way. But you know what I mean. Like don't try to keep like seeing if you can overstep that. You know what I mean? Like in some form or facet. Like cause I'm a fart.
Hey yo.
Wow.
But to and Peyton, what was your answer again?
Yeah, that I feel like y'all are responsible for
Okay, good.
each other's
And
nut.
Magic was.
I
Both
feel like the
because
only
she can get her
time
own.
you only
And when
the
you
only
say get
time
your
where you're-
own, do you mean outside of the person or included the person?
I can get my own outside, inside.
Well, that's not. I'm talking about.
Ring, around, wherever the fuck.
I get that, but I'm talking about. You feel as though you can always get yours with a person.
Yeah.
Yes.
So no matter how long they last, no matter how, you can always get it.
That's
what I'm asking.
With women,
She
when
said,
we're
"Say
in
what I
control,
said."
there's
Say
a,
what
like
I said.
we can get where we need to go.
I could get my nut off now.
Yeah, I
I
had a
don't
girl.
know if
Yeah,
you
I'm about to
gonna
say I
get
know a
your
girl that
nut
could just
off.
squeeze her thighs together type
Yeah.
shit, and she can get it drawn off
Yeah.
like so.
What?
Clearly what I
Yeah.
had
Tried and
been
true.
doing.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know if you gonna get yours off, but I'm.
I was
for
saying
sure.
like I
Get
feel
mine.
like once you become responsible for yourself, it depends on like if it's been a long duration of time for both parties. Because there's even a point where sometimes the woman is like, "All right, nigga, like
Yes.
get your nut." Like at that
And she
point,
be like, "All right."
you might be like, she's like, "Bro, I'm tapping out. I'm hanging
here for
on
you."
by a
Be
thread.
like this.
I'm here because you're still here." It's like, and then vice versa. Like when I said there was a situation where our chemistry was all that, but we could fuck till the next day, and she would probably still be like, for real, we done?" Like it's like at that point, girl, you might be a little responsible for when you're actually fully satisfied.
I'm
If
right.
we in
Like,
this,
go to sleep.
yeah, like if we in this joint for hours, and I know you nutted like way more than 5+ times, you might even be in the 10s at this point. Where was the climax nut for you? Like where was the
rose in that drawer?
yeah, like
I'm going to
where was the one that had you like, okay, can you get
No,
your
that's that
nut?
teammate.
Yeah, like yeah,
I'm
for
gonna
sure. I love
sleep.
I love a good little rose collab. We feel me? We get it popping.
The rose collab.
Man,
is
tag
crazy.
team champions.
I just pictured Peyton putting a feature on the track Rose and having the vibe. Nigga in
Tag
the studio,
team
they're like, "Yo, you hear that beat? And that's the vibration from the Rose, nigga."
I can DJ too, depending on whatever you know what I mean we
yo,
using.
hey,
Like
yo.
I definitely
Yo,
got.
how does he do it? Double entendre.
I definitely got
Yo.
I definitely like.
He's an artist.
Yeah, I definitely feel me. Oh, I can DJ.
Hey, yo.
Okay. Yeah.
We just went right to the freaky topics out of nowhere, guys. That was.
Oh, that's
That was
hilarious.
Started talking
interesting.
about who's responsible for nothing.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
I mean, y'all
got
was
it,
already
man.
there. I just said
Yeah.
this is a great time, and hey, I gotta
Pull
go
up.
with how the conversation go. But in that, what we're talking about, I was speaking also yesterday about them, and a lot of women today feel like men have switched the role where women have to be on to them enough to continue to pursue and even and get have an enjoyable time. Like they have to go out of their way to make it feel like you're on their dick enough, for lack of a better term. How do y'all feel about that? Do you think it's the roles have reversed? Do you think it's not that?
You're saying
Wait,
what?
all right. So wait, because I'm confused. So to make everything clear, you're saying that back
Same
before it
conversation
used
we
to
had
be.
yesterday.
Oh yeah, you men is bitches. Y'all switching roles. Y'all want
Damn,
somebody to
you
be on your
men?
dick bad. Y'all want somebody to run after you, chase after you, take you out on dinner dates, take you out to fucking shopping, buy you shoes, buy you flowers, buy you fucking everything. You want to be a girl so bad that y'all hate the fact that a girl gotta be a nigga just to be with one of you niggas.
Well,
Peyton?
I don't want flowers. It's like, you know, it's like.
But do you want to be chased?
No, I really don't give a fuck, to be honest.
And that's
I'm
fine.
about to say, I'm about to say.
The people
I
that
could
don't
give two
care
shits.
about being chased
Yeah, like.
or don't mind, like I'm not saying chasing a nigga is wrong. There's always. I'm not saying that's wrong. What I'm saying is there's no problem with showing appreciation. Appreciate the
Or
person that
interest,
you want, and show
yeah.
your
Yeah,
interest.
and that's what I.
But for you, for the other person as a guy, if you're showing bare minimum interest, but you want this girl to be head over heels, blowing your shit up, always they get.
I mean, I'm gonna be clear. I think
No.
that's corny on both
That's-
ends.
that's-
Like
that's bitch shit.
if either or is doing it, I think that's corny on both ends. Like if I'm with a girl, like if the same way I want to make you feel like, you know, you're this catch and like you're on this pedestal. If that's the level we on, I'm not saying you gotta like fucking bow down at my feet or nothing on no weird, crazy, dumb shit. But it's like make me feel valued as well. But that's more like reciprocation. I'm not talking
Yes.
about like me. You know, I'm
But
like,
you're starting.
I'm
But this
ignoring
is-
you all the
what we're
time,
talking
and then I'm
about is
getting mad when
courting.
you.
This
Yeah,
is
for
I'm talking
sure.
about courting. So in
Oh
the
my God, I
courting
hate it when that
phase,
social media learned this word.
in
In
the
the courting-
courting phase, would you want somebody to
Who
be
didn't
on
know
your
that?
dick?
Honestly, in a courting phase, I'm gonna tell you the best case scenario for me. In the courting phase, I am leading the courtship. I am the one that is doing.
So you
I'm
on
picking
her.
up. Yeah, but in my best experiences, it was women who knew how to easily return the
Reciprocate,
energy. Like
yes.
they weren't just looking at it like I was expected
Or it's
to
the
do
little
any,
things.
Yeah, like I was expected to do any and everything. I've even had women like I might plan something, and even if I still paid for it myself, I might have planned everything, and they might have offered like, "Yo, like you want me to
Yeah.
cover this part, or like I can." Just that little gesture of just making me feel like I don't have to do this because I'm a man and this is how courtship works. Like I'm doing this because I'm interested in you and I like you and I'm being a gentleman and all of that. But it is always nice when the woman returns, because we are in the new times, and in these new times women can do for themselves and women can afford to. Not saying that they could never do it, but it's at a way larger scale where like, you know what I mean, it's a lot of independent women now that, you know, it's like when the courting happens, there are some women, not all, that almost have a mindset of like, even though I'm independent, even though I know I could court you as well, like fuck out of here. This is how it's supposed to be done. You're the man. I'm gonna sit back and you're gonna pay for everything. You're gonna shit. Some of them even think, bitch, if I bring my friend, you better think about
Yeah, that's
covering the whole
crazy.
bill. Like you got people that have that kind of mindset. I think that's where you get men coming out here like fuck out of here. Like we matter too. That's where you get the like we matter too. And some of them be on some weird shit. They definitely is a little, I guess, sassy about it, where it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you literally moving, like, the stereotype of, like, you know how, like, we used to say, like, a certain, you know, like, girl was back in the day with, like, 100 fucking unread messages and all of that. Like, it's like, you almost falling along the lines of that. But I do think, like, in the best case scenario, as a man, yes, I do want to traditionally lead the courtship, but ain't nothing more flattering than a woman that's, like, that can make it clear, like, yo, I can court you too. Like, you might have took me on these first 3 dates. That fourth one, I hit you up, like, yo, I got this situation. Like, let's go here, and I got it. Like, you know what I mean? Those are shit. That girl might get a baby. Like, it's like-
What?
Again,
It's like-
there's nothing wrong with showing appreciation. I'm not saying for those that know how and do show appreciation for both sides. That's well on, because
Yeah,
I do
either
that.
gender. Don't be so
But
far up your ass that you
for
think that the other
those
person don't matter.
that do again, you just kind of played on it. Just like men have a problem with the female sitting back and not wanting to do nothing, don't want to touch nothing, don't want to. We have the same fucking problem, and it's even worse when it's a nigga.
Agree.
Continue.
Humans,
Leave some
right?
silence, but
Like honestly, like it's even worse when a man does. Now, I listen. I take niggas out. We all know. I'm
yeah, own it. Own it,
hate
trick
Jake
that.
so
we
much.
all know. Okay.
Make magic
Hey, my-
happen.
Okay, we all know, but
Yo.
don't
I'm
get
saying
too
her DMs are
comfortable
still
with that
open,
shit,
nigga.
okay?
You know what I'm saying? Submit your applications.
Don't
You might get a
too
loan
comfortable
office.
with that shit. Like I can't stand a nigga that just thinks like, oh, every time we go somewhere, you coming out your. Am I the nigga? Do I got a dick? Like now, if I start
I mean, I
acting a
do.
certain way. Now it's, oh, you not feminine enough. You not this. Nigga, you not man enough.
That-
You not trying to do
I
shit.
will 1010% agree with that. Where a lot of people question women's femininity, and it's like you're not even providing a space for her to be feminine. So how can you like be upset or question something that you know you're not even doing? Like I don't what you mean? Oh, that's you.
Work on it.
Definitely
Gotta
gotta work
work
on
on
it
it.
because
I'm not saying y'all gotta
men
be
don't like it.
to everybody, but like, come on now, like.
Yeah, stranger things have happened though, and I feel like when we all get to this point of understanding that like equality really is a thing, but it's just not the way that people think. It's like, okay, you being a man and whatever a man looks like for you is going to definitely reflect what this woman that's around you or that you're courting or whatever is going to do in her respective rights. It's just it goes together. It's supposed to go together. Figure it
Yes.
out.
Yes.
Real simple.
If you want to be that man that has everything and want to own everything, have the rules of everything, well, guess what? You got to provide that. You got to show that. You got to be that. If you want to be the girl
Yeah.
that want to be at home all the time, sitting there, do this, that, and that, well, guess what? You got to go look for that. You got to provide what you want to get. Like, you got to you got to show what you want. Like, you can't be out here talk about, oh, I don't want to cook, I don't want to clean, but I want to stay home. Bitch, what you about to do?
Yeah, I just feel like from a like human decency standpoint, because I'm not talking about bad people. We talking about bad people, it's almost like fuck them. But it's like neither party should feel any type of like objectified. Like the woman is, more than sex. The man is more than like a wallet or, whatever. Of course, if it's a man that's like on all nut shit, he on nut shit, but it's like fuck it, he's spending, then okay, I can see where now it's just play ball. Like if y'all know what y'all, and same thing with a girl where it's there's a world for that where there's women who y'all know like this is not somebody that I will wife or nothing, but she wants to have a good time as long as I'm cutting the checks and I have the checks and I am willing to cut them. It's like
If there's
all
a
right,
will,
at
there's
that
a way.
point, at that point, play ball. But in terms of just people that's like in the world of like looking for love and all of that shit and looking for something more serious, or even if y'all not necessarily looking for love at the moment, there's just a more of a respect level for just us as humans, then it's just more like neither one of us should be looked at as like, this is what like.
I'm
you
sorry,
should
niggas.
be
You
doing.
don't have the pussy, and since I was growing up, it was niggas. You gotta go get that, and a lot of times y'all kind of get this thing to where you have the grandiose that she can go get whoever she want. So you trying to make it through a list for a point. So early on, it should be some type of, depending on how y'all start, some type of you going crazy, you showing love, you have the date should be fun. Like she shouldn't have to again. I've heard horror stories. The girls have to go in their pocket the first date, not knowing, no plan, no effort. You asked me to go here, and now you like I can't buy nothing.
Pet peeve.
That shouldn't happen on a first date wave. That
Baby,
shouldn't
I
happen.
love.
Like I do think like it needs to be a standard for some things to start. Like that standard is just because of just how it is. You niggas will fuck anything. So in that situation, if you try to get something not fucking anything, you might gotta show a little bit more effort. You might gotta show a little bit more energy. You might gotta be on her top a little bit more than she is on yours for a point. It shouldn't last forever. It shouldn't be a thing. And then a lot of times niggas want some pussy. So if that's the case, nigga, sometimes you gotta pay how you weigh. And
Yeah.
that's my thoughts on that.
And stop thinking she gonna be on your dick from the introduction because
She
you
better.
think you all that.
Sorry, no, I'm playing.
Nigga, you not all that.
I'm just playing.
You are not all that.
I'm just playing.
Go get somebody that look just like you.
Hey, yo.
2 seconds.
Yo.
Hey, yeah.
2 seconds.
Show a picture of both them niggas right now.
She said that from the heart. She
Nigga.
said, this is real life.
Let's go to the Hawkster telling us how we should forgive his integressions to pretty much our community, because Hawk was, wilding at a point with that whole bounty hunter. There's a bunch of shit going on. But he was on a pod and he discussed some fucked up shit. He brought up Chris Benoit. Does anybody know the Chris Benoit story, the wrestler?
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Ooh.
Okay, well, rest. Just rest.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Okay, I'm gonna play it. Then I'm gonna tell you what Chris Benoit
Yeah,
did.
because he snapped. I get it, but
Chris Benoit can do the crap he did, and the fans still love him. They're very did, and if Chris Benoit can do the crap he did, and the fans still love him, they're very forgiving. I've made some major mistakes in my personal life, and they're very, very forgiving. But they forgive you. But
So Chris Benoit beat the living hell out of his family and wife for years before he murdered his entire family and himself.
Damn.
yeah, now I didn't know it was for years. I thought he just had one bad case of road rage and snapped. I didn't know the story was for years, but road rage is definitely real. It's not a fake thing. That shit can literally like take over your whole fucking mind for real, and you can lose it. So
No, yeah,
I've
yeah.
learned
Yeah,
that.
this isn't about Chris Benoit. This is about Hulk Hogan comparing himself to Chris Benoit and his integressions and saying the fans can love.
Yeah, I feel like that's a interesting thing to say, like, because it's like at the end of the day, like this man, he still is accountable for what he did, but like he was on a substance that was like that is like scientifically proven to like alter
aggression.
your to alter your thoughts and actions and cause very aggressive like premeditated thoughts that you might end up like barely having control on how to act on that. Like shit, like so
Man, I don't see no memorials.
Nobody
to this
beat
nigga.
no yeah.
I
mean,
don't see
nobody,
wrestling throwing no Chris Benoit championship
because
nigga,
that's
Hulk Hogan,
whoa, they definitely show I was big on wrestling when he died. They showed him his like they showed him his love during that time.
Yeah,
But
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
tributed,
about
like,
as a figure like Hulk. Yeah, again, if Hulk Hogan
yeah,
died,
I'm sure.
again, he was still in his like at that time for Chris Benoit was still. I think he still was active.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, we're talking about a retired Hulk Hogan who comes on platforms and says crazy shit, comparing himself to a man who died. I don't see Chris Benoit having like I don't see a memorial every time his thing come around. I don't see those things like you make for certain figures in wrestling. I'm not saying he didn't get his. Of course, he's like Eddie Guerrero.
Okay, never mind.
Niggas get their thing, but I'm saying like.
It's almost like he brought Chris Benoit up as if they like made like a shrine about him and shit like that. As if he has a statue outside of one of the goddamn arenas or something. It's like, all right, yeah, I get it. He wasn't. He was honored enough because at the end of the day, you fucking murdered your family. So like you is out of pocket. I feel like he was honored enough in a sense, like, all right, he was on a medication that threw him off. So, but yeah, I agree. He wasn't. He was never honored. There's not like some year anniversary for Chris Benoit. There's like, it's kind of like it happened. Yo, it was unfortunate. And honestly, all brands kind of like moved on. So for him to compare, I guess, Chris Benoit, I guess that was a little weird. I also see what he meant because nobody speaks of him in a ill light. You know what I mean? I've never really heard nobody come out and speak on how disgusted they might have felt about what happened. I've never heard those kind of opinions, and I'm sure that they do exist. But I feel like I guess that's why he probably also is saying that, because it's like I've never heard anything negative about Chris Benoit, and at the end of the day, what he did was highly negative. You know what I mean? So like, regardless of the meds, whatever. But I do agree with what you're saying. It's like, bro, they not. This motherfucker isn't he don't got a holiday in the WWE. Like, it's like
you can't bring somebody up and did that type of thing and compare it to yourself and your activeness in your retirement who have did and say shit over a long like
no
nigga,
one's ever came out and said
you
hey,
just came
Chris
out and
Benoit
introduced Trump on some weird type time. Like it's been some weird things going on with your character, and don't use a man's death like you're not dead.
Right.
Like somebody, again, in Memories of the Dead, okay, your whole life comes into question. You're still actively alive talking shit.
Right.
So, yeah, you can't sit with Logan Paul and be like, hey, guys, yeah, no. The wrestling community who is now majority is looking like us. Like, we were it back then. And now, at this part, we need the face of fucking wrestling, especially the women. So, it's kind of like, nah, dog, you can't come back around and play the way you was playing.
Right.
That's all, dog. Hey. You can make some apologies, donate some money, but you don't get to just go support Trump, say some wild shit, and then come on a podcast like, I need to be forgiven, man. That was the past. I said sorry. I don't think you did that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, the ladies have no thoughts on Hulk Hogan, I see.
Go Hulk, I think.
Hey, not go Hulk.
Go Hulk is crazy.
It wasn't here.
It wasn't here. I feel you.
Okay, all
It'd
right.
be like that.
On to some news for my anime lovers. The Dragon Ball. Somebody know what I'm talking about?
This nigga don't watch anime, y'all.
They
So it's like
okay. First of all, Dragon Ball Z is an anime. We're not going. That's not this age-old debate. Why y'all do this? Why y'all shit on Dragon Ball Z like y'all do?
What you mean?
No,
Dragon Ball Z
As
is great.
anime lovers, every time a nigga bring up DBZ,
'cause
y'all
Dragon
treat it
Ball
like
Z-
it's
no.
not the shit.
Only
it's
been
not-
I was only been because you were struggling to finish like the
No,
title.
I just ain't like
Is it
pronounce the shit wrong. It's DAIMA.
Yeah, like I think it's
Say
like
it in the
Diama or
anime
something
book.
like that. It's either Diama or it's or
Yeah,
it's,
see, you said it right because you watched that shit. See, Diama sound cool. Dragon Ball Diama? Yeah, nigga, what I was
I
about to say
think-
ain't sound that cool. That's why I ain't say it.
Dragon Ball Z is not a frowned upon anime.
It's
That's
not.
funny.
It's
yeah,
just
and the-
not necessarily categorized as an anime. It's like in its own thing, like Pikachu. No, like Pokemon. Like Pokemon is anime, but it's Pokemon.
All right.
Dragon Ball Z is anime, but it's Dragon Ball Z.
I'm gonna take that oop and we gonna get this. We gonna get this right. Like it's definitely considered an anime, just like Pokemon is considered an anime, just like Yu-Gi-Oh is considered an anime.
Okay,
it's
but
just
it's-
these are Dragon Ball Z is more like a gateway
staple.
anime. It's a gateway
Sorry.
anime. It's very PG compared to how real anime can get.
These are
Like,
like
in Dragon Ball
the
Z
baby
is like
staples.
that's like if you try and get a kid into anime, because you try to get a 6-year-old into Demon Slayer and they see a whole family get slaughtered on the first episode. You mess around and had this kid having night terrors and shit at night, trying to have him watch what you watch. Where Dragon Ball Z, even though there's still blood, there's still like some you nigga might lose his limb. They not even really dying on there. You can die on there and a nigga gather all the Dragon Balls and wish you back
And
to
you
life.
come
Like
back, yeah.
it's like Goku had a whole season where they let him visit Earth from heaven because Earth just needed his help. He's running around with a halo on his head. It's so unrealistic and so like catered to, I guess, like the audience is so broad from little kids all the way up to just mega fan adults. So Dragon Ball Z is not frowned upon in anime. It's one of the most goated animes ever. Like that is like there's the joke that there's hood niggas that don't watch anime at all that come in agreement with nerd niggas that love anime that Dragon Ball Z is lit. It's just like once you know who really watch anime if you watch more than Dragon Ball Z. If all you really had on your bucket list was Dragon Ball Z, it's like, okay, you don't watch anime, you watch Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
Like it's not frowned upon though. It's just it's. I feel like it's a gateway. DBZ either gets you into the rest of anime, or that becomes like the one anime
Your
that you
intro.
used to watch when you was a kid. It's like that's the one John that you fucked with. Like
Thank you. Thank you.
but
He
it's definitely an anime.
out-hooped
One
my
of the
joint.
one of the
They're
best
definitely
animes ever. Yeah, one of the best animes ever.
What I
but
was trying to say was, they're definitely animes. I'm just saying that they're staple
they
animes.
PG as
Like,
fuck
they're-
compared to
they're
what a real anime
yeah,
is.
they're like the ones that everybody, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto.
Look at Pokemon. Ash was 13 for
Pokemon.
30 years.
Yes.
Like they don't age, 'cause you know what I mean. Like Dragon Ball Z, they had a loophole. They said Saiyans can age for thousands and thousands. Like they gave you this foreshadow of like, oh, they are growing, but in the beginning of the series, they tell you that they got something in their blood where like they just don't really like age. Them niggas can be 100 years old and they'll
gave
look
it with
30.
Trunks.
Like
when Trunks started getting older and all of that, and they all the kids started getting older. Basically, all the babies started
GT
getting older.
is where like they tried to show
Yes,
you
all
that
the
they
babies
that,
started
yeah,
getting
that, like,
older. It
they
was
can
like,
age
okay,
out.
okay.
Yeah, like once they hit around like they peak age, like the 20s, 25, they kind of stay at that look for a minute.
Yes.
But they are aging. But then look at Pokemon. Like I said, Ash was literally a fucking teenager for over 20 years. You know what I mean? It's like he never really changed. Nothing really changed. He would make new friends and all of that. This nigga was still the same. Ash Ketchum never like grew up. So it's like, but once you pass those kind of animes like Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, it get more realistic. In Naruto, niggas that die the next episode, it's a funeral. Like they all, it's a funeral. It's raining outside. The man's best friend is plotting his revenge already. Like that guy's not coming back. There's no special episode where like, you know, they're gonna wish him back to life. If he does come back, he comes back as like a zombie. He's soulless. It's like it's not really him. It's just his corpse. Like anime, like once you get past the PG animes, I feel like that's when you you really watch anime. Like with Dragon Ball Z can get anybody. Like
All right, hold on.